A lot's changed since the last time I was here. The world ended. For a while, there was a worldwide pandemic. I don't know if you guys watched the news. It's pretty good story there for a long time. I don't even know if it's over, I think. I can't tell. No one's come out to tell us either way. I feel like Greta Thunberg should come out and just give us good news for once in her little life and be like, hey, I know I'm like the groundhog of bad news, but the pandemic's over, everybody. I think she should be the one to tell us. She should be given that honor, but I don't know. I thought the pandemic ended in March of 2021, and I actually declared that it was over. I yelled out loud. I declared the pandemic is now over. I have no jurisdiction to do that, but I saw so many other people yelling craziness about the pandemic that I felt left out, all right? But I really thought the pandemic was over in March of this year because I was flying home from Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah. Oh, are you? Okay. I've never, all right. Yeah. They do have an airport. You all right? I was flying home from Kansas City, Missouri, and across the aisle, this lady had the whole row to herself, and she laid down, face down, into the airplane seat cushion. Just face right into it. No pillow, no rolled up sweatshirt, just face into a seat cushion. And I was looking at her, I'm like, yeah, I think the pandemic's over now. But it is not. There is more. Man, this pandemic, it's just, I don't know, a bunch of craziness has happened. Feels like a Super Bowl halftime show. That's what it is. Like a really long one when we're at home and we're just like, yeah, I guess this is entertaining. But when can we go back to the thing we showed up for? You know? It's definitely entertaining moments, but it's a little long in the tooth. Yeah? Wrap it up. I miss this. I miss doing comedy in front of people. Like during the pandemic, I didn't stop doing comedy. I was doing comedy on Zoom. I don't know if you guys, Zoom, the meeting app? That should have been illegal. But they let us do comedy on Zoom. If you don't know what that is, comedy on Zoom is exactly what I'm doing right now, except I would be doing it in my living room, doing it into my laptop screen, which hurts my heart just to talk about. Here's something you might not know about comedians, but if we bomb at a venue, we just don't go back to that venue, all right? There's plenty of bars and restaurants I've never stepped foot back into in San Diego where I live because I bombed there, and they've offended me. And when I drive by, I give them an ugly look, all right? Because I remember that they hurt my heart. But during the pandemic, I was doing comedy on Zoom in a place I pay to live at, so I couldn't even leave. The next day, I would just wake up and I'd make coffee in the morning, like, yep, that's where it happened. That's where I lost my dignity. Now, when I did Zoom comedy, I did try to make it feel like the real thing. So what I asked was for everyone to put their microphones on so I could hear the laughter. So it was like this. And I remember in December, I did a company Christmas party at 1 p.m, which that should have been illegal, all right? Nothing is funny at 1 p.m, okay? You can't do comedy at 1 p.m. God's watching, all right? It's meant to be done at night in secret, you know? That's what comedy's meant to be. But I was doing comedy at 1 p.m, and I asked everyone to put their microphones on, and there was an older lady in the audience. I could tell by her voice. She didn't have her video on, it just said Nancy on the screen. And she had her microphone on, but I don't think she meant to. Because like 2 minutes into my act, I hit a punchline and everybody laughed. And for a second, I'm like, all right, this feels good. This feels like the real thing. And as soon as the laughter died down, Nancy, who doesn't realize her microphone's on, goes, I don't know how much more of this I can take. I gotta get to Costco. Really taking the wind out of my sails right now. Man, I do not miss Zoom. I did another company Christmas party that same day, and you know how you can see the other members of the meeting up at the top? I had someone leave my show by closing their laptop screen. Do you get why that hurts? Like, they just I saw them make the decision and execute. Like, it's dark in here. I can see the first few rows, but if someone in the back was like, I can't stand this, I gotta leave, I'll never know. And I'll leave tonight going, I had a fun show. But this person just looked in my soul and went, that's about enough of you. Do you get why that hurt? She didn't leave the meeting, she left technology. She's like, I'm gonna go read a book or something.